What is Easter? The answer to that question is not in the beautiful statuesque creature behind us, which is, of course, a bunny.
It looks scary. It doesn't. Okay, I feel like you're trying to get a point across that Easter's not all about the bunny, but
It's
yikes, it
not.
doesn't make him look so scary.
Also, my egg options were really limited. So,
See, there is literally a dragon egg.
long, long ago, there was something called the Council of Nicaea. And basically, it was just a bunch of religious people that met together in approximately 325 AD. And then, of course, Emperor Constantine was also there. That's who this guy is. Oh, and so was Peach. Okay, so they met together to decide when is Easter. Now, Peach, would you like to know when Easter is?
Oh.
Yes. Take it
Hmm.
in. Take it in. Okay, so
Oh,
basically, there's
okay.
something called the vernal equinox. The vernal equinox is when the sun is basically straight across from the equator. You'll notice the Earth is tilted here slightly on its axis. And after the vernal equinox, you have a little bit more time pass, and then you're going to get to the first full moon. And at the first full moon, this is the next significant date. And so basically, the Sunday after the first full moon at the vernal equinox, that is Easter.
Wait, did you make it up?
No, this is legitimate.
You're
It is
laughing too
literally.
laughy.
That's because it's the wildest thing. It is the wildest thing. When I first looked this up, I was like, you cannot be serious.
I thought it was just based off when they think Jesus was risen.
I'm going to give you the simple version of why Easter is based on all of these things.
Mhm.
We wanted a date that would go on our own version of the calendar, and the Gregorian calendar was not the original Jewish calendar, so we did this. Okay, so for those of you that have stayed with us thus far, we are now going to ask you to do something called suspending disbelief. Peach, go lay on that bed right there. So I realize that not all of you watching this video may believe in God. That's okay. What we are here to talk about is what is Easter. But an important part of Easter does involve God. So just like in a sci-fi novel, for example, where there are strange otherworldly mechanics, the author wants you to believe in the book for at least the duration that you are watching it. Kind of like this right here. Peach, come stand over here. You're not close enough. This is very important. I just want you to. Oh, oh no, you had stuff on you.
Like, you just gave me an impossible situation. Is this because of what you just discussed?
Yes, I would like you to suspend your disbelief for a moment. Easter is about three different concepts. Number one, the first concept is relationship. I want you to remember that because that's very important. We'll come back to that later. Number two, Easter is about life. Again, very important. We're going to come back to that later.
Oh, what's this crack in the ground about?
This is separation. So
Oh,
basically, follow me, Peach. We'll talk more
okay.
about this. Basically, there's this concept called sin. Now, I realize for those of you watching it, not all of you necessarily believe in the concept of sin. And that's because sin has kind of become like mythical over time. But basically, it just means that something went wrong because of, well, because of choices that we have made. And sometimes you make a bad choice. And so that bad choice caused a separation. It caused a relationship separation between us on the left and God on the right. But it also caused another separation, and it separated us from life. Listen, sin can kill you. Oh, no, Peach, no. The us.
It can kill you. All sin leads to death, okay? This guy no.
And so you can see here on this side of the separation, we can end up in death separated from God, that is literally the creator and the center of life. And so that is where Easter comes in. Peach, you want to talk about that for a second?
Oh, I see. Okay. So we were separated, but God did not want to live without us. So he planned from the beginning of time to send Jesus to die on the cross to completely restore us to himself so we could be with him. And he tore the veil because back in the day, the priests had to only like one of them could go in and they could go into the Holy of Holies, which is where the presence of the Lord was. But when Jesus died on the cross, that veil was torn so that we can all come into the Holy of Holies and be one with God. And the Holy Spirit comes to live inside of us and literally helps us to have life in every single part of our entire lives. He comes into every single space and we just got to surrender our lives to him, and he comes into every single space and he literally brings life into every part that feels untouchable, that feels unwanted, that feels shameful and yucky, and all he has is love for us. All we have to do is just come to him, and he's already has his arms open wide for us, and then we just get restored.
So if God can give us relationship, I mean, pure, really beautiful, really great relationship as our father, as our friend, why wouldn't we want that? Like, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? And also, if he can bring life to the dead places in our lives, like when we're really struggling with like anxiety or we're struggling with sadness or we're struggling with anger, Jesus can come in and he can bring life to it. So you've suspended your disbelief, but now I'm asking you to actually believe. Can you believe in the life and the goodness that God has waiting for you? Because he's got a really beautiful life waiting for you. And if you want that type of life, you can say to God, "Hey, God, I'm done with my sin. I'm done with the bad choices. I'm done with the death and the decay, and I want you in my life. And I want to surrender to a life with you."
What just comes to my heart is this: if you do feel like you're unworthy or unwanted by him, like he chose you before the beginning of time, knowing every single thing that you would ever do, and he already decided that he wanted you and that he loved you and that he wanted you to be completely his daughter and his son.
I just realized I think you're wearing your own head right now.
I am. Be amazed.
So hey, if you want to join Jesus's family and you have accepted Jesus's family, you're part of the family now. You are now our brother or sister. And your next step, honestly, is to get to a church. Now, some of you may have had a bad experience with church, and I get that. I mean, I have had some bad experiences of my own. And so, with that in mind, first, I want to apologize to you that you have been hurt by the church. Something that helps me is to remember that we are coming to Jesus because we have been in death. Like we've been surrounded by it. And so when you come to church for the great physician, you shouldn't necessarily be surprised if some people cough all over you.
Hmm.
Um, but that is not the case for everyone, because what we do in church is we learn how to surrender. We learn how to encourage one another. We learn how to get closer to the God who is life so we can get more of that life, so we can get more of that relationship. And then we get to walk in that together. We don't have to do it alone. Kind of like Moon Beach. Easter's coming soon, you guys, and we hope that you can celebrate with us a really sweet day because, hey, Easter means that we get life and relationship, and that's what you get too. Bye.